I'm deaf and I'm proud. I'm black, I'm deaf and I'm proud. Hey. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello, everyone. This is Antoine Hunter here, also known as PurpleFireCrow. I am so elated for this week's episode we have to show you today from our Deaf Woke. Today's guest, today, first of all, is July 27th, 2021. Woo! It has been such a blessing to be able to do this show. I never thought that it would come this far. We worked so hard to make connections with the deaf community. And this summer, I've been sweating, been really, really busy, as you can see here. We know what happens during the summer. We are getting ready for the International Bay Area International Dance Festival. So we're busy. It's been a very busy time. Love it, love it, love it though. Can't complain. So hey there in the audience.
All right, so we are going to introduce our guest today. But before we do, let's get our amazing interpreters on the screen, please. She's reading again. All right, well, I was just asking for the other interpreter as well. Her laptop died, so she is coming back. But we have Kaylee here with us today. And the other interpreter's name is Amber. She'll be back shortly. Thanks so much for your services, Kaylee. All right, who else we have here? Oh, hi. Hey. I love to see my community members up in here. I love to see how we can all learn together as a community. You know, our people, especially of our Black community, our Black deaf community, sometimes feel so isolated, you know, like you're the only one out there in the midst. But, you know, that's why we have this show, to see what everyone's doing, you know. It's not only dancing. We have a lot of guests that we have here. And today, let me read their bio, their beautiful bio. Today's invited guest is Raven Sutton. Born and raised in Alabama. Currently living in Maryland in the DMV area. She has a bachelor's degree and a master's in social work. And she obtained that from Gallaudet University. Her goal is to open up a practice for dance therapists for the at-risk youth community. She believes self-expression is so important. Really wear your heart on your sleeve, Raven. Raven is a deaf employee at Dawn, located in Washington, D.C. That stands for Deaf Domestic Violence Survivors. So she works with that community. She's a dancer. She's an ASL performer, a passionate dancer ever since she was young. She has been training her skills, and look at her go. So we will have to talk about that later. Welcome to the stage. So I don't want to keep taking up her time. Please give it up for Raven. Hey, hey. Hello, everyone. Hey, what's up?
I'm so happy that you're here. So happy that you're here.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So first question, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Worked during the day, and now I'm here doing this interview with you.
Yeah.
Better.
Hey, we always got to work 24/7, right? Always work it.
Always.
So first question, what is your greatest passion? Reading your bio, you have so many different things you're involved in, but what is one of your greatest passions?
My number one is dancing. It's always been dancing. Something I did since I was a child. And it was just instilled in me from such a young age as to how to use dancing to express myself, to express my emotions when I'm happy, when I'm sad, just to be able to have that release and that area that I can express if I'm feeling alone or frustrated. You know, it's something that I can dance out. And so that has been my number one passion. And my second would be just helping people through my career of social work. I think those are my top two.
Nice. So in reading about you growing up, you just been dancing your whole life. Did you already acquire sign language when you were younger, or how did you learn sign?
No, it's an interesting story. So I grew up with my mom on my mom's side of the family, and they're all hearing. And so I learned, you know, to lip read with my mom's side of the family, and my dad's side of the family. Well, my dad was deaf, generationally deaf on my dad's side. And so when I was with them, I picked up some sign language there. So I had kind of the best of both worlds, you know, communicating with my mom through lip reading and the oral method. And with my dad's side of the family, I had sign language.
Wow, that's beautiful. You had both of those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Very powerful, yeah. I wondered, well, growing up, I was watching Living Color, and that was always really motivating for me in dancing. I'm wondering, what was your favorite show, or who did you watch on TV that inspired you to dance?
It's funny. My mom really loved those old school films. I'm trying to think of the name of one. You know that one that's B-Boy from the 80s?
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to learn how to break dance after watching that one. I thought it was so dope. And so I watched that movie and, you know, wanted to do that Soul Train, all those movies. Yeah, they got me going. Yes. I love it. I love it. And so later when I, you know, technology became more available and I was watching YouTube, I saw all of these different genres of dancing. I knew that I wanted to learn those myself. You know, there were so many dances up in the 2000s. You got that Soldier Boy. What else you got? You know, all different types of dances. And I wanted to learn them all. In my family, they would have cookouts, and so we would have dance competitions, and they would just throw me right in the middle. I didn't know what I was doing, you know, but they just put me right out there, baptism by fire, and I just had to learn how to roll with it. My mom's side of the family really loves music, and their dancers. Yeah, they're dancers. They love music. My mom's side of the family, they did, you know, drums, and they're just very musically inclined. And so that's where that passion for me started, was those family gatherings. We would have those competitions with my cousins, and that's really what started my love for it.
Wow. I know, I remember hearing you say during the holidays, your family would encourage you and push you to do different things, dances and whatnot. That's really nice to have that support from your family, as opposed to just some families thinking that, you know, you're just this deaf kid. But having that support is really, really great. I know for me, signing, back in the day, there were tape players. And I would look at the lyrics for a song and kind of listen to the beat on the boombox, kind of feel the beat, look at the lyrics, and what it's about, you know. I remember watching music videos, and there just weren't any captions, so it wasn't very accessible. But how did you feel about that? Music and really having that love for it, but not really having the accessibility for it. What was your experience?
Exactly. That's 100% why I started posting my own videos on my social media platforms. I already understood that sense of music because of dancing, you know, feeling those vibrations, knowing how to do the counts, 5, 6, 7, 8, that sort of thing, following the beat. You know, I had that sort of foundational understanding, so that helped me follow the music. And matching it with the lyrics, that was the part that I wanted to do, was matching that with my body movement and doing that in sign language, and also adding captions. And that way you are able to have an accessible form of the music that you love. Because people think that, oh, deaf people, you are understanding. How do you really enjoy music? Oh, no, we do. We go to concerts. We go to raves. We like loud music. And we enjoy that scene. So instead of me just complaining and getting upset all the time, you know, I have the skills. I have the ability. So why don't I do what I can to provide access for my community, instead of waiting for, you know, somebody else to do it? And so I'm just hoping that now people outside the community, they're finally seeing us.
Yes, I agree 100%. So now, do you practice a lot before you start filming the songs that you do, or what? You memorize it all? What is your process?
No, it is a lot of work.
A lot of work. What? Tell me what that work is. Is it just? It's not just a literal translation, right?
Well, it's not that I'm hearing the lyrics and can just put it out there. I have to memorize all of the lyrics. So it's kind of like a second job almost. First, I pick the song that I like. Typically, it's something that's popular, something that is in the media right now. It's current, it's hot, people like it. So I pick an artist that maybe recently released a song. Then I have to learn the lyrics. So I'm reading it again and again and again until I memorize all of the words. And then once I have that down pat, I have to translate it into ASL.
Wow.
And so I practice it a lot to be able to match it with the beat, with the flow of the song. And then I have, you know, my outfit. I gotta look good for the camera. I have to make sure that that matches and I look good. Make sure my hair is on point, my nails are done. You know what I'm saying?
The nails and everything?
No, they ain't done now. And the nails aren't done now. But typically I do have them. And so there in my videos, you'll see that. But once I memorize the song and I'm ready to record, I make sure that my lighting is adequate, making sure that, you know, if I make a mistake, you know, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be good. And so I go back. I don't want to you know, do a little bit lazy. I don't want that. And so I want deaf people to be able to watch it and enjoy it and it be a seamless experience. So if I make a mistake, I do it again, and then I edit the video, add captions, and then it is ready to post. So it is a lengthy process.
Ooh. Nice. So you want to make sure it's perfect. Got it. How's the community reacted? How do they feel about your videos? Are they, you know, excited about it? What's been your experience thus far of how they respond?
Well, I've noticed that many hearing people are commenting and they're, you know, all up in my feeds, but I'm like, you don't actually know what I'm saying. So I want feedback from deaf people who the video is made for. That's the intended audience. But many deaf people have had such positive reactions. They've loved my translations. And I add dancing into that video. I am not just standing still like a statue, you know. How do hearing people listen to music? Think about that. You know, they're moving, they're feeling the beat. So I wanted that same experience for deaf people to be able to follow. So I add that movement, the language, all of that is integrated. And I've gotten really great feedback from the deaf community on it, which really makes me happy. I'm really happy about it.
Nice. I do want to show the audience. Let me pull this up. Oh, nice. That was a nice comment. I want to show a little short video. You ready?
Okay, bring it.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Hey, yo, Tim, man, it's the jump off right here, man. Whoa, 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 it's Queen B, it's the jump off. I've been going for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something jumps off. You're back up for the high, let the pump off. In the graveyard is where you get bumped off. All we wanna do is party and buy everybody at the bar Bacardi. Black Barbie dressed in Bulgari. I'm trying to leave in somebody's Ferrari. Spread love, that's what a real mob do. Keep it gangster, look out for the people. I'm the wicked bitch, come the beast. We the best, still is room for improvement. Our presence is felt like a black people movement. 7 quarter to 8, back to back when I'm sitting on chrome 7 times.
That's on my beats. With the Bentleys, the Hummers, the Benz. Escalade 20 rims. Jumping out the Jaguar with the Timbs. Keep your bread up and live good. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. All my players in the hood stay fly. And if you're ballin', let me hear you say bye.
Hey, yes. Wow, that was fire. And I love that you added the captions too. That was great. So editing your video, adding the captions.
And typically it depends on how long the video is. If it's a minute, if it's a full song around that 3-minute time frame, it can take anywhere from an hour to 3-4 hours. It just depends on the clip.
Wow.
Because I want you know, each sentence and each phrase of the captions to match the right lyrics. I don't want it to be out of sync and out of order, so I have to make sure that all of the lyrics and the captions are following those lyrics, and that it's at the same time that the signing is happening. So it just takes some time.
Yeah, I was thinking there are a lot of people out there in the industry who, I mean, why wouldn't they just put captions on their videos? Makes perfect sense.
Well, I personally think it is a little bit of laziness, but it does require a lot of work. But why not? You know, we should have that accessibility. Your content should be accessible. We want people to be able to view your content, right? You want that audience following. So be involved. Have accessibility so that people can follow your content. You know, because a lot of it is only for people that are hearing.
Yes, yes. And we are visual people, so that's super important. Speaking of accessibility, I should have actually practiced that now. In the beginning, I forgot to actually mention my visual description. So I'll do that now. I am a milk chocolate brother with a bushy beard. I have a red backdrop. I have a tan t-shirt on with, I'm sorry, a gray t-shirt on with a hashtag DeafWoke. And yeah, how about you go?
Well, yes, my name is Raven. I also have some dark chocolate skin, blue locks that go about halfway down my face, blue eyebrows, and some eyelashes. I have elephant earrings on, a yellow shirt with a yellow and black bracelet. And the wall behind me, the top half is white and the bottom half is a darker tan.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. That simple description helps provide accessibility. So thank you for that. Feeling great, feeling great. So signing and dancing, it just feels really beautiful to have that, that together. It almost feels like a healing of sorts, right? A healing with the world almost, to be able to recognize your use of dance and sign as an expression. Perhaps it's like a form of dance therapy, I would say maybe. What do you think?
Could you repeat that? You froze.
Yeah, sure. So dance therapy, the idea of helping people heal, especially young people, heal through dance. What's your experience with that?
Well, my ultimate dream is to open up my own dance studio. Really, it would be like, my goal is to show young people how to express themselves. And knowing that it doesn't have to be verbal. When you're young, you have, you know, different influences, and you have pressure from authority. You have peer pressure from, you know, your friends. Youth go through so much emotionally during those years. And so I want them to understand how to unpack that emotional process into adulthood. You don't always have to wait until you're older. And so I want to provide a space that they can express themselves in the form of dance, in the form of movement and song and written poetry and drawing, meditation. I want to have even a cry room where you can go into that room and just scream and cry and then come out and release it. Just a way to have an outlet. Yeah. And so that's what I want my studio to look like and feel like, because adults tend to forget that youth go through so much experiences and pressures and crises, and adults tend to be so hard on them but they just need a space to be able to grow and go through life experiences. And that's what I want to provide. That's what I had when I danced as a child. I had that outlet, and I want to provide that for other youth.
Wow. My heart is beating so fast. It's beating with joy, basically, from what you just said. Wow. That idea is incredible. Creating a space really as an outlet for youth to just come and scream and do what they need to do to get it out. I think that's awesome. Because a lot of young people feel like, okay, I have to be a good boy or girl. You know, I got to keep it all, keep my emotions in. I met some youth that say, oh, I don't cry, but it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry.
Absolutely. We're human. We all have emotions. And we shouldn't allow society to dictate what genders follow, that gender binary. It doesn't even make any sense. And that's why we have so many people who don't know how to express themselves, because they didn't have that when they were young, and they still don't know how to do that as adults. And so it's a constant struggle, that relationship of interacting with each other. How do I communicate? How do I express myself? And there's a fear behind it because of past trauma, or because it started when you were young and you just didn't learn how, and it's a constant frustration, and there's no way to release it. Many people don't know how to release their emotions. And so because they bottle it up, it has harmful consequences and can hurt other people in the process.
Right. So being able to identify what you're feeling, because yeah, so many people don't know. And a lot of times it's just fear. Maybe it's anger. But being able to recognize that is the beginning, and really helps in so many ways to really have a better life.
And once you identify, you know when that feeling creeps up again in the future, you know how to deal with it, instead of having an immediate reactionary response that can really exacerbate the situation.
I definitely know what you're talking about. Yeah. When are you thinking of opening it?
Say that again?
When do you think you're going to open up that studio?
Well, first, I'm still in the process of getting my social work license.
Okay.
So I need to get that first. And then I need to save up some funding, because I'd like to open up a social work practice and then that studio. So there's some things before that I need to check off my to-do list, but I will get to that.
Okay. Where do you think it'll be? In DC or your hometown? Where do you think?
That's the thing. I don't know. I might want one internationally, one domestically. Maybe a chain located in different places.
Okay. Wow. Dream big. Go ahead and dream big. That's what it's all about. And hey, if you have a fundraiser, we will definitely be there to support.
Yes, I'm actually a part of a fundraiser for the Haiti School for the Deaf. I teach at their summer camp.
Oh,
they have a dance summer camp there. It's amazing. They partner with the hearing and the deaf community. But in that country, Haiti tends to think that deaf people are cursed, and they're really oppressed there. So to see this camp where hearing people and deaf people come together and enjoy music for, I think it's a month, and I've been going for 2 years now, I think, since 2017. I've been going to that camp, and they teach freestyle, They have a weekend camp at a portion of the camp where parents and children, the parents come and see what their children did. So it's so much fun.
Wow. And do they sign differently than ASL, or what do they?
They have their own Haitian Sign Language.
Okay.
Some can sign some mixed ASL, but most of it is Haitian Sign Language.
Okay. Have you learned some Haitian Sign?
Oh, it's been a minute. I've forgotten since then, but I did.
Give us one. Give us one.
Okay, I have to think of something. Ooh.
Okay, well, this is just incredible. You went there, you've learned their culture, their food, their it's been an interchange, right? An interchange, and sounds fantastic. I'm sure that they look up to you being in Haiti. Is it the sign, Haiti?
This is how they sign Haiti. Yep, an H on the temple and to a Y.
Like I was saying, I'm sure that many of the youth there look up to you as a role model. Who would you consider a role model in your life?
I always consider my mother my role model. She has transitioned now. She's passed on. But my mother never made me feel like I was different. She always pushed me to push that deaf label that's prescribed to me, just push that aside. You know, when it came to the school system, my mother never accepted, oh, well, your daughter is deaf. She never accepted any sort of ill treatment towards me. She really taught me and motivated me how to do everything. And because of her, she is the reason that I am who I am. Because when somebody tells me that I can't do something, I said, okay, let me show you that I can. Let me prove you wrong. And so I've been involved in so much education of hearing people about the deaf community for that reason, to say, no, we can do this. And that's all due to my mother. She was such a hardworking woman, the biggest supporter. Definitely my role model was my mother.
Beautiful. That's fantastic that she encouraged you and supported you, uplifted you the way that she did. Power to your mama. So we all have different varying experiences and different barriers that come up within our lives, possibly, you know, some horrible experiences, I guess. Being involved in DAWN, the organization providing various resources to the deaf community, is extremely important. Does the organization specifically tailor to the deaf community, or is it open to also those who can hear?
Yeah, so Deaf DAWN does tailor to the deaf community, but again, there's diversity within that. It's not a monolith. So you have DeafBlind community, Deaf Plus, Deaf Disabled, individuals who've gone through domestic violence, whatever that violence looks like. It might be sexual assault, sexual violence. It might be stalking. It might be interacting with a survivor. And they do work with individuals from DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So they do provide services for the region. And they provide information regarding shelters, clothing, support, whether somebody needs legal assistance in the court system. They always make sure that there's interpreting services provided. Whatever that individual needs, they can contact DAWN, and if DAWN doesn't have that services, then they outreach to other agencies within the DMV area to connect them to that resource.
Nice.
And so it's a great agency because they have that deaf cultural knowledge. and they're able to provide education for domestic violence in the deaf community, which is so.
Yeah, that's so important. And Dawn, can you expand on what that means?
Yes, before it was called Deaf Abused Women Network, but now it is called Dawn. We removed the women as a part of that title so that it could be applied to all individuals.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. It's a great resource to get out there in the community. So if anyone needs that, be sure to reach out. So you are busy. You are one busy lady. Woo! Very, very busy.
I am. I have my day job, my dance team, my ASL interpretation.
No. Okay, you said dance team. Let me hear it. I want to hear it.
Well, I'm involved in different dancing. I do hip hop. I do Caribbean dance style. I do bachata, Latin style, Afro beats. Oh, you know.
I got that.
And the dance team that I'm involved in is based in Virginia. And we do bachata. We're a bachata team.
Okay.
We go out on tour. A lot of practice. So I am busy.
Yes. Well, I love all kinds of dancing, let me tell you. Seems like you can't live without it, right? Same as me.
Yeah.
Since you're involved in so many different styles of dance, what would you say is your favorite? Do you have one?
I would say one of my favorite dancers is Shaheem. And the reason that I pick Shaheem is because I never saw out of high school a Black deaf dancer. Somebody who had fame or clout. You know, I never saw that person be Black and deaf. And so to see somebody on Instagram, it's just, yes, to show that deaf people can dance. We can do this, that we can do it all. And it's so inspiring to see their page and to see what they do, because yes, we can. So I really give him claps all around.
Yes. You named one of the coolest people. I mean, he's fantastic. So now you named somebody. It's time for our game show. Let's go ahead and take a look. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh, I do. Name those people.
Name these people. So you'll just let us know their name and then what they do professionally. Okay? Don't skirt.
I'll try.
All right, let's go. So this is a picture of an African-American female with long extensions, black curly hair, shaved on both sides. Oh, shaved on, both sides. She has full face of makeup, pink lips, soft smile. Who is this?
She's a deaf interpreter, and I believe her name is April.
Yes, you got it right. April Jackson Woodard. Hey. You got the first one right. Good job. She's a native of Missouri, born and raised as a translator for a multi-generational deaf family. She's amazing. She also is fluent in BASL, and she was actually just on our show recently. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So now we'll go ahead to our next person. This is a picture of an African-American female standing up. She has on a black coat with a pink shirt. She has the earrings. Her hair is pulled back with black pants. And who is this beautiful woman?
Okay, so I think this is her sign name. I know she graduated from the Alabama Deaf School. Yes. I know, she was a part of the deaf school back in Alabama during that time, the Negro school. But her name,
right? Carolyn McCaskill. Yep. Dr.
Yes.
As we were talking about BASL, she has a book called The Hidden Treasure of Black ASL. So she is quite well versed in all of that. Now, who is this gentleman? This picture is of an African-American male. He has on a black jacket, a white collar, light brown tie. Who is this?
I feel like I went to Gallaudet with him and don't remember his name.
Really?
I think.
Okay, let's see who it is.
JC. Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I did go to Gallaudet with him.
Yep, he was went to Gallaudet University.
I remember now.
He is seen on the Preserving Black American Sign Language in the Deaf Community on ABC Night News Prime. He did an interview about that. He performed American Sign Language to deliver this speech for Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream," and that video is at Gallaudet too. So now our next person up is a picture of an African-American female. She has brown highlights in her hair, black short hairstyle. She's wearing a pair of almond-shaped eyeglasses with some pearl earrings. Who is this?
I love this woman. She works in the social work department. And her name is Dr. Elizabeth Moore.
You got it right. Yes. She's a native of Philly. She's an associate professor in the Department of Social Work. She's involved in so many different advocacy fields since 1981, I would say. So, wow.
I wasn't even born yet.
Was I even born yet? Wait a minute. No, but hey, you were right. You got that one. So who is this? This is a picture of an African-American male standing with his arms folded, looking at the camera. He has black long locks pulled back, and he's wearing a navy blouse with a matching navy coat. Who is that?
I actually do not know who that is.
No? You ready?
Okay, cook it. I don't know.
What do you think he does? What do you think he does?
Could be a lawyer.
Okay.
Could be an actor. I don't know.
Let's see. This is Jamal Joseph.
Hearing?
He's a hearing guy. He is actually a native of Cuba, Havana. He grew up in New York. He's an American writer, director, producer, poet, activist, and educator. His real name is Eddie Johnson. He's a former member of the Black Panther Party and Black Liberation Army. He was a part of the Black Panther, A Life, Rebellion, and Reinvention. That was his first published book.
Oh, that makes me sad that I didn't know that. I did watch the Black Panther documentary, but I didn't recognize them.
You know I'm from Oakland, right?
I know.
Black Panthers.
I know all about the Black Panthers.
Yeah, they were originated, I would say, 2 blocks from my home. So, hey, it's good to learn our history.
True.
Okay, so our next person, this is a picture of an African-American female sitting with her 2 hands on her lap. She has on a uniform with gold badge on her right chest. Who is this? She has pink lipstick on as well, and her arms are crossed as a part of the visual description.
So I don't know her name, but I think she's a coda, and she signed at the inauguration.
Yes, you got it right. Captain Andrea Hall. Let's scream it. Captain Andrea Hall. Yes, she is amazing. So she's a native of Georgia. She's a fire captain in Fulton County. Many of us have recognized her from the inauguration when President Biden was sworn in. She signed, and that was one of the first times that I actually had ever seen that. Seeing sign language in the inauguration, that was such an honor to the deaf community. Seeing that advocacy and that support was really touching. So, all right, so next up, we got a picture of an African-American male standing up pretty straight. He's, the background is a smoky white wall. His eyes are, or he's wearing glasses. And he has on a suit vest. Who do you think this is?
I think Chris. Give me a little something more. I think it's Chris.
Let's see. No, you're right. You're right. Yep. CJ, Christopher CJ.
Okay.
Hey, you got it. So far, you're doing good. You got a lot of them right.
I met him before. I just want to make sure. And then I'm pretty sure we follow each other on social media. He went to Gallaudet, and he's an alpha.
Okay.
Oh, I should know.
Hey, okay.
All right, all right. I'm not doing too bad at this show.
Okay, now who's this next person? On the screen, we have a picture of an African-American female. Appears that she has, her hair is long, black and curly. I'm sorry, long, black and white. She has on a red dress.
She was the first deafblind lawyer. Give me a name. Give me a name. Oh, something.
Right. You're right. Haben Guimar. She's a native, actually, of San Francisco. She's deafblind female, the first deafblind female to graduate from Harvard Law School. Her special recognition was that she was awarded by President Obama, who named her a White House Champion of Change. And she's also the speaker and author of her first book, Haben, the Deafblind Women Who Conquered Harvard Law.
Is there more?
Okay, so the next person on screen is an African-American woman standing straight up. She has on a colorful top with red lips. Do you know who that is?
Nope. No.
That's not your friend?
No, I do not know who she is.
Okay, this is Mahogany L. Brown. She is a native of California, although she lives in New York now. She is an American poet, curator, writer, organizer, and educator. And you may remember her from her writing her poems called Black Girl Magic. She's also the executive producer or director, of Just Media, a media literacy initiative designed to support the groundwork of criminal justice leaders and community members. So that's it. Woo! Very powerful. I don't know who this, do you know who this next person is?
Oh, I can't see the photo.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, now I see it. I couldn't see that slide before, but I see it.
Oh, okay, okay.
That is Maxie, Matt Maxie.
Yes, Matt Maxie.
Yeah, definitely dope.
He's from Atlanta. He's better known, like you said, as Definitely Dope. He's been on MTV, CNN, Google, and many more.
Yeah, I signed in Chance the Rapper. He went on tour with him. I know who he is. He's one of my good friends.
All right. So we got two more. This is a picture of an African-American woman sitting down with a black dress on. Her hair is pulled back a little bit. She has on some light makeup, and she's just sitting with her hand on her chin. Do you know who this is?
Nope. I don't.
Dominique Fishback.
It seems like I don't know the hearing people.
She's from New York. She's an American actress. She's best known for playing in Billy Rowan on Show Me a Hero. She played to be Deborah Johnson in Judas and the Black Messiah on Netflix.
Oh, wait. Oh, she was the wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking, face was kind of familiar. Okay. She was the wife in Judas of the Black Messiah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
now who's this guy? We got a nice African-American male standing with a black leather jacket, a hat on. Who is this?
Shaheem, right? Yeah, Shaheem.
Yes, Shaheem Sanchez. He is a choreographer, a creative director, an actor, and he is recently an Oscar-winning. He won an Oscar for his role or work in The Sound of Metal, which is on Hulu, Amazon Prime. And he was actually just on Ellen about 3 weeks ago. So.
Oh, that's right. He was on Ellen. Good for him.
Yes. Woohoo! Great job. You knew quite a bit.
I think maybe I got a B on that. I missed the hearing people. But we're going to move right past that. I think I got a B.
That's all right. You were the winner. You won. You won. You got a lot right.
Oh, period. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. So I know that I asked you several questions, took up a lot of time with that. So now we'll give the audience an opportunity to go ahead and ask some questions. So audience, whatever questions you have for Raven, go right ahead, type those in the chat box, and we will see about getting you those answers. I also want
to add CJ. He's one of my favorite dancers too. One of those in the game.
Okay.
Come on, fam. Ask me something.
So what do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
So 5 to 10 years. Well, hopefully I'll have my social working license. And I really want to pursue the dance studio. So I can see myself maybe starting off as a consultant. in creating more of an accessible media outlet. So maybe working with one artist in particular or with a variety, but I really do want to hone that accessible music craft that I have.
Nice. Okay, our next question. Our audience member is not sure if I caught what you said. Was the reason to sign their country HI in Haiti, their sign on the forehead? What was the reason?
Well, in Creole, the country, it's not spelled Haiti like Haiti, and it's just a different spelling there in their Creole language, and so that's how they sign their country. And so I want to follow that. That's the sign that they established, and I want to respect their language. I know in America we sign Haiti with an H, like the sign for island, but they sign it with an HY. And so I want to match their Creole and their language and how they say it and how they spell it. So that's why it's the HY from the temple.
Perfect. Our next question's from Siobhan. When are you coming to America to dance?
I live here. I already live in the US. I'm in DC.
America, guys. She's in DC.
Yeah, I'm in DC.
Okay, the next question is, will you be more focused on people of color doing social work? Or will it be general?
Most definitely working with people of color primarily. You know, it'll be open to anyone, but I really do want to focus on the Black BIPOC community. You know, that's the community that I grew up with. They're the people that I'm most familiar with. And again, you know, open to anyone. But I do want to, again, focus on the at-risk youth and the BIPOC at-risk youth, most definitely.
Nice. Okay, so how do you feel about hearing and or interpreters making ASL music videos?
Oh, damn. Whew. Okay, well, before, you know, quite some time ago, we had some interpreters doing songs. And there wasn't really a lot of deaf people who were involved in translating songs. So it was nice to have some access. So when interpreters were doing songs and not teaching, but now that interpreters are seeking out that clout, they want the fame, they want the money, you know, why? What is the reason behind why you're making that video? So now, you know, I feel that unless it's requested from the deaf community, you don't need to do it. Because we have so many deaf and hard of hearing people who are talented, who can do that and who want to do it, but they're getting ignored. They're getting pushed under the rug because you have that hearing interpreter that gets that clout instantaneously. That's not appropriate whatsoever. And that strips away the point of accessibility. So you should be collaborating with deaf people, or let the deaf people do it themselves. I think that is the best way to go about the situation, because we have the people who are doing it anyway, and we should be the ones that are getting, you know, that notoriety.
Okay. Emerald asked, what's your title?
I don't know, a dancer. Right now, dancer, maybe tack on ASL performer. Some people have asked me to do ASL performances. I also have the social work. So kind of a few different ones.
You are a jack of all trades. The list goes on and on.
a deaf advocate as well. I use Twitter primarily for deaf awareness, deaf advocacy. I make a lot of posts on my Twitter feed.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of different titles.
Okay, this is a pretty large question. Let's see if we can tackle it. So Lourdes says, now that social media has made it possible, excuse me, for deaf creators to be more seen by the deaf and hard of hearing communities, what advice would you give a deaf person wanting to become a content creator, as well as what warning would you give them?
Well, I've noticed, especially during COVID, that members of the deaf community are going viral. We're getting a little bit more attention. So I would say be honest to who you are. Stay authentic. Stick with what you enjoy. You know, when you are doing your work, use your passion. Don't really worry about the numbers, who's liking, who's following. Just enjoy what you do and keep doing it, because you never know what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden it's viral. I made posts regularly, and it was, you know, a like or two here, a like or two there, and then one video, and then bam, all of a sudden it was viral.
Yeah, hi everyone.
So I would just say keeping authentic. As for a warning, don't allow any trolls, any naysayers to bring you down. Go ahead and block someone. Remove them from your following. Don't let anything that people say about you impact your life. Don't let those negative comments bring you down. Focus on the positive. Because online, people will say whatever they want when it's not face-to-face. So make sure you take care of yourself. Don't feel that you have to be constantly posting. Don't let it take over your life. Take a break. Post when the creativity inspires you. When you have that burst of creativity, of energy, and that artistic inspiration, that's when you go ahead and post. So really just focus on self-care.
That was great advice.
Thank you.
Emerald asked,
You're frozen.
my screen is freezing a little bit. Can you guys see me? Can you see me?
Can you see me? Okay, I see you now.
Okay, good. So Emerald asking, what is your favorite song? I'm sure you have a long list, right?
I have a favorite, but a song that I love is by Megan. My girl Megan Thee Stallion. I love her as an artist. On Twitter, she called me out as Deaf Hottie. And so I think I gravitate towards doing Megan Thee Stallion videos the most. I do a lot of her songs.
Okay. Yeah, she is a really cool artist.
And we're the same age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've gone through similar experiences. So I relate to her a lot.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, what'd you say?
Hopefully you'll meet her. Okay. Maybe.
Let's put it out there.
Oh.
I'm a Megan fanatic, so that is the goal. I want to meet her for sure one day. One day I'm going to be on stage with her.
Yes, let's manifest that now. Okay.
Oh, you're frozen again. Oh God, you're pixelated, Antoine. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm having some tech issues. Is this better?
Oh, you're freezing again, though. I can see you, but it's blurry.
Okay. Let me try to just pop in, pop out. Maybe that'll fix it.
No, so frozen.
Can you see me even a little bit?
It's blurry, but go ahead. We can try it.
Okay.
Internet can be so frustrating. Ugh, Wi-Fi. Okay, I see a little bit better now.
All right. Okay. Hopefully we're better now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But it looks like we do have another question. Lourdes is asking, when you began creating videos, did you feel supported by your friends and family, or were you worried about judgment?
Well, my friends and family have always been supportive. But when I'm out at the club, you know, people will try and get me to sign songs. People are noticing me a little bit more. And people are kind of associating me with, you know, songs that are ratchet. I'm not really over here doing Christian videos or pop songs. I typically, you know, I'm just in like the Black rap scene. Because I want to be able to provide an accurate interpretation. And that's what I typically focus on. I wasn't really worried about the negative comments. You know, there's really not a whole lot of content out there with Black rappers being interpreted. And so why not? You know, I wanted to be able to do that. I feel that it isn't necessarily relevant if you like the content that I provide or not. But what is important is that the access is available. So you don't have to watch the video, but it should be an option for the deaf community. So for those who want to listen and enjoy rap and ratchet songs, that's why I wanted to be able to do that. And so for my family and friends, they saw my WAP video and they all loved it. So it's all good.
Nice. Okay, so our next question, do you feel that deaf dancers get opportunities or chances to be in the spotlight?
Well, from my knowledge, there's a few of us. I know that there's many more out there. I know for certain there's a lot of deaf dancers in the DC area. So Now that I'm in the bachata scene, we have huge dance festivals, and we invite very famous bachata teachers, coaches, and we dance through the night. And deaf people will show up for those. You know, sometimes it can be a struggle to get an interpreter, but we love the dances. We love the festivals. And it's a great experience to be able to dance with instructors and promoters and other deaf people. And I'm really trying to advocate for these famous instructors when they're hosting these workshops, have accessibility, have interpreters. And so that is kind of a label that I have currently as a deaf dancer, but there's many of us out there.
Yes, there are so many of us out there, so many. And so many people ready to support too.
And with your events too, you have many deaf dancers that go to the Bay Area International Dance Festival. That's amazing. I hope to join that one day. Maybe next year, 2 years, couple years, I'll be down there.
Okay. All right. Next year will be our 10-year anniversary. So.
Oh, wow. Will that be in person?
It's going to be in a really big performance. So hopefully we will see you there.
Well,
possibly be involved.
I'm down. It's been a dream to go to California. I haven't been there yet. And I want to go to California to dance specifically. You know, I've been, since I was a kid, dreaming of going to California to dance. So that would be a dream come true.
Yes. Okay. We'll try to make it happen. So do we have any more questions for Raven? I want you all please to follow her on her social media. This is her Linktree information down here, as well as her Instagram and Twitter name is @freelove19xx. So make sure you guys follow her. And this is her the Linktree website with additional information, Linktree/BlueJ19xx. And then again, her Instagram and Twitter info is @freelove19xx. So be sure to follow her, check her out. And one more time, it's @freelove19xx. So.
Frozen, you're frozen. Oh, better now.
Ooh, can you see me? Man, my tech today. Huh.
I think a final thought that I would have is just thank you for inviting me onto your platform. Thank you for the audience watching, and I really enjoyed answering all of your questions. I'm really proud of us, the deaf community, not letting the world stigmatize us, oppress us, bring us down, not believing their notion of we can't do it. No, we do it every day. I love being deaf. I love ASL. I love this community. And I want to keep that strong, that passion and that energy and that love alive. I want to keep showing these hearing people who we are, what we're made of, and wake them up. They need to know that we won't be stopped.
Yes.
Period.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, I hope to see you soon. Definitely hope to see you soon.
Same.
Hopefully, maybe the Bay Area International Dance Festival. We'll see you there. Looks like I'm having some tech issues again. Yeah, it looks like I keep freezing. I'm so sorry. Are you able to see me now? Okay. Well, really, just thank you so much for coming. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. Sending you much love. Yes.
Bye. Love, 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 love.
Wow, what a show. That was Raven, and we're so happy that we got her on today. I hope you guys can see me clearly and I don't freeze on my final thought. We'll see. I'm extremely happy to have you all here, to have had Raven here today. And what I've learned from today's episode, we're from various backgrounds and different experiences. It's important that we take the time to listen to one another. People want to be involved in what you're doing, your art and what you're doing. So provide access to your audience. Deaf people enjoy and love music, so provide accessibility. Provide sign language or provide captioning, provide perhaps a visual description. Those are important ways that you can help uplift your content and provide accessibility for your audiences. We're all human. We all have different talents that we want to show to the world. I love being deaf. I love being Black and deaf. So really, with that, I want to say to all of you who have joined in today, thank you so much. We want to thank our interpreters, Raven and Amber, as well as the HowlRound and Drop Labs for their support. And lastly, thank you, audience, for joining today and tuning in. I want to see some hearts. I want to see some likes. Where is those Facebook likes? You can also check out our Facebook, at Urban Jazz Dance Company, and I want to see some likes. Let me see them. Let me see the hearts. Let me see the hearts. Thank you. #DeafWoke. Thank you, Popfish, for the #DeafWoke shirt. If you all would like to make a donation to the organization, please visit our website and donate. Again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching. And again, this is the website, www.realurbanjazzdance.com.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Hey, yo, Tim, man, Mr. Jump Off right here, man. Yeah. Whoa, 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 Miss Queen, Mr. Jump Off. I've been going for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something jumps off. You're back up for the high, let the pump off. In the graveyard is where you get dumped off. All we wanna do is party and buy everybody at the bar Bacardi. Black Barbie dressed in Bulgari. I'm trying to leave in somebody's Ferrari. Spread love, that's what a real mob do. Keep it gangster, look out for the people. I'm the wicked bitch, we the best, still is room for improvement. Our presence is felt like a black people movement. 7 quarter to 8, back to back, and I'm sitting on chrome 7 times.
That's on my beats. With the Bentleys, the Hummers, the Benz. Escalade 20, 20 inch rims.